Star Seed Time Capsules, and what it means, and I decided I wanted to give keys to unlocking your capsule. So let's start at the beginning here. What is a time capsule? Okay. Now, I'm giving my perspective. I don't know what other people are saying about it. She mentioned that she's heard other influencers talking about it, but from, I guess, what she's heard, there's these questions. So in my perspective, in my experience, what is a time capsule? A time capsule is when you have some sort of encapsulation. Usually when it's in the 3D world, it's a vessel. It's a vessel that you put certain things inside that are testaments to the time period that they're in, or they're very significant to the timeline / time period that they're in. And then traditionally what happens to a time capsule is that you put those things in it, you close it up, and then you bury it. And 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years, several hundred years go by, and then there's a time that's set to open the time capsule and see the contents. And these contents are usually something that teaches us about, like, gives us some kind of juxtaposition to, this is how we experience things now, and back then this is how we experience things, so it creates like a juxtaposition, how far we've come, how much we have evolved, how much further evolved we are in this way and that way. Okay, so time capsules are pretty fun. I remember when I was in elementary school, there was a time capsule being buried in my town at the time. And I can't remember now why, but the kinds of things we put in it were very simple things, like, a very popular toy at the time. I think we also put in some money. We put in a cassette tape of our favorite music. Stuff like that. So, and I can't remember what the event was about now, but I just remember when I was a kid, I put a lot of thought, like, what would I put into a time capsule for the future self, the future me to have, to experience, to know about, But I think in the context that Starseed Time Capsule is being used, it's about things that are seated inside that are time encoded, are encoded to be opened at particular moments in time, or to be opened when particular timelines get activated, stuff like this, right? And as you guys know, we have a lot of awareness of timelines. There's timelines collapsing, we're consolidating timelines. There's all sorts of timeline activity that's been in our awareness for quite some time now. So, there are timelines that are collapsing, and the life force energy that was invested, that was once holding that timeline open and holding it as a possibility, is now getting reallocated to a more, we'll say, use the word organic timeline. Now, organic and organic, I went into that a couple chats ago. There's a whole bunch to be said about that. But I'm just going to use the term just because it's an easy basket to put things in. So when our life force gets consolidated to a certain critical mass, that will open up different time capsules within us. It'll activate certain encodements within us. Okay, so and this is all about reaching certain milestones in our evolution, in our wisdom, in our a capacity to be integrated within this reality, all this stuff. They're all like milestones. So as you hit certain milestones, and there's an energy signature with that, then these time capsules of gifts, of capacities, of encodements get activated. So as encodements, light body encodements get activated, now there's that much more life force energy flowing into our very being, and now we have more access, more broader access to our multidimensional perceptions, our multidimensional nature. You know, I have there's star sign I was listening to who really likes to use her capacity to go through the halls of Amente, or use her, or you know, explore the different echelons of the upper worlds. Some are really obsessed about going into the lower worlds. I mean, it's whatever is what feels important or meaningful to you. Everybody's different. And some people have strong opinions about one way or the other, but for me, I'm very neutral. It's really about, you know, you're having the experience you need to have that's specific to you. And who's to say what's good, bad, right, or wrong, up or down in that. But I would say when it comes to, you know, timelines collapsing and life force energy consolidating into maybe what we would entertain as more organic timelines, this also translates into how we be. I've done lots of chats about how we be and the importance of that, especially as multidimensional humans, and our sovereignty. So as you learn about who you are, you accept more of who you are, and you're able to live in a more authentic way, you are strengthening, you're solidifying that golden timeline. And I am going to call it golden just because it's a it's like the perfect medium. It's the perfect blend, marriage of male, female, body and soul, energy and matter. You know what I mean? This is what, to me, this is what the ascension / inscension is. It's the imbuement, the deep imbuement of our physicality and this reality, this human bandwidth reality that we're exploring, okay, that we're experiencing ourselves through. So authenticity is a key piece. And what that means is that we have to spend a significant time in our pathway, in our journey, to unravel things that are not true to who we are, unravel identities that we took on that's not truly us, okay? And this is one of the many reasons why I encourage ancestral clearing work. Hold on, I'm sorry, I gotta put my cup down there. So, and I've talked lots and lots about that. So this is important because you need to clean out all the programming and stuff that was inherited, so you can have more of your life force energy flowing through your subconscious and through your body, so you're actually living true to you, okay? And that is easier said than done. For those of you in the academy, those of you who've been on your path for a while, you know, it's a lot easier said than done. But as you do it, in every milestone that you hit, there's a deeper sense of centeredness. There's a deeper sense of empowerment. There's a deeper sense of knowing. So it's really worthwhile to dedicate your time and energy necessary to unravel these pre-programmed biosuits, so you can truly be who you really are and get to know that aspect of you. And so in my perspective, how I'm seeing this idea of Starseed's time capsuling, it's about that. It's about, as you discover the truth of who you really are and you integrate this into your daily living and how you be, it's going to open up these different time capsules that are full of, like I said, encodements, gifts, capacities, stuff like this. And you know, the teachers of, I would say, the ancient masters, this was not new to them. They already mapped this out for us, because as a human, as a infinite being in a biosuit, once you wake up to the truth of who you are, you start to really understand that your purpose for being here isn't based on commodity. Wow, actually, I was just talking about this earlier. Isn't based on commodity. It's based on your vision, on, you know, what do you want to create for future generations. It's about legacy. It's about how do you want to contribute to the whole. And as multidimensionals, those masters that came before us, they had a lot of bandwidth, focus spent on helping future generations wake up to themselves, future generations become empowered and heal and be who they really are.